From being a decorated WWE wrestler to being sought after in Hollywood, giving blockbuster after blockbuster, all the way to being one of the richest actors in the world. The Rock has seen it all, and these days, The Rock is seeing days he does not want to. A few controversies that have held him back, and held him in a bad light with his followers and his fans. Tonight we'll discuss about The Rock, his life and his controversies. And before I start, if you like what you see here, do like, do share, do subscribe, and leave a comment down below with your opinions. The Rock once upon a time wanted to become a football player, but he was cut from his team, which led him into a deep, dark, depressive stage. He was eventually given a shot to come back into football, but he rejected, citing to his father that he wanted to get into the business now. Now the father asked, "What business?" He said, "The wrestling business." The father stated that you are throwing it all away, but eventually decided to train him. The Rock started off to a very bad start. Eventually, he was booed very badly as he was a cookie cutter smiling wrestler. People were more into anti-heroes like Stone Cold Steve Austin and the Generation X later, but they did not like The Rock because he seemed fake. After an injury, The Rock came back and he asked Vince McMahon that give him the mic and let him say what he wants. This time he was a bad guy and he said these words.
One opportunity to get on the microphone and just say what I feel.
In arenas across the country, I heard chants of Rocky sucks.
I am a lot of things.
But sucks isn't one of them.
The Rock was an exceptional bad guy. He was one of the best in the business. He was snobbish. He had arrogance. He was absolutely badass in a classy way. Eventually, people started to like The Rock, and he was so loved that he was competing with Stone Cold Steve Austin, the biggest wrestler at the time, for the top spot. Eventually, he had to turn face, and in 2000, when Stone Cold Steve Austin had his injuries, he held the company, or he was the face of the company and had the company at the back of his, or carried the company on his back, and the company was very profitable at that time. Not only that, Hollywood came calling and he appeared in The Mummy, and the Hollywood people saw his performance and gave him a starring role in The Scorpion King, and thus began his Hollywood journey. Eventually, The Rock even hit it big time in Hollywood. He had a little tough times where he wasn't in the top tier, but after Fast and Furious 5, the Fast 5 movie, where it looked like he breathed some fresh air into it and it became one of the biggest franchises in the world. Then The Rock had many movies which were somewhat forgettable but did earn a lot of money, so he had a lot of people put money into his films. He got a lot of studio-backed films, and eventually The Rock name garnered some, opening weekends. But then came Black Adam. It was around this time that The Rock started to show a lot of ego, like having in his contract that he cannot be beaten by anyone else and he had to look like the toughest guy out there. He showed some sort of arrogance that he could save the entire DC universe and have it competing with Marvel. That did not happen. He did not want to face off against Shazam for his own reasons, and he wanted to face off against Superman. Now, Shazam made more sense because Black Adam in the comic books is a villain to Shazam. So that did not make sense, and the movie eventually did not make money. But The Rock did not want to admit that, and there were some tweets that showed some desperation to the fact that it actually earned money. These plans scrapped and he's out. There was another bad incident, the Maui incident. There was a tragedy in Maui and he wanted to raise money with Oprah, asking people for charity to donate The people did not like it, and they thought that why the hell do we pay when these people can, well, pay it all with and not remove the money from their pockets that much. They could eventually make that money in a year, is what people said. And then people started to dig even deeper, and people started to notice the fakeness as he became a walking billboard. The In-N-Out Burger incident, where he lied to his fans that this was the first time that he was going to In-N-Out, when he went twice before on record and posted it on Instagram. These are the reasons why people started to turn on The Rock, and they found him fake. As if you would go back to 2012 and 2013, well, everyone thought he was genuine, and he was gaining Instagram followers left, right, and center, I beg your pardon. And today I think he is losing followers. Well, a lot of hit pieces, so to speak, are coming out on The Rock these days that he pees in bottles. But this was a habit I think he picked up from the wrestling business, as a lot of people used to do that over there. The tough life of a pro wrestler. And not only that, people were getting quite sick of The Rock playing The Rock all the time, but he's trying to change it now when he is playing a UFC fighter in a movie starring Emily Blunt as well. Here is the photo in front of you. And he's probably trying to show that he can act as good as anyone else, like a Dave Bautista or a John Cena, who are doing well, wrestlers turned actors who are doing well in terms of showing their acting ability. The Rock also did show up back in WWE, and he became a bad guy. This was another fallout because he was taking the spot of another popular wrestler, Cody Rhodes. And it all eventually backfired. The fans turned, and he had to turn the bad guy, and he performed really, really well. So this was a short video on The Rock. I am personally a fan. Well, I preferred Stone Cold Steve Austin back in the day, but he's done absolutely well. I hope he sorts out whatever problems are there in front of him and just entertain us. So thank you very much for watching this video. Do like, do share, do subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.